it was in 1955, and because I went in, you know, I got my portfolio, and I went in. I talked to Andy Engman, and he was the person that was looking at portfolios because he had been an animator there at Disney's, and so you know, here I'm walking into Disney. This is the main lot. In those days, it was that's where the animation unit was, and you're walking down Mickey Mouse Drive and Dopey Drive and all this. You know, God, I'm here. You know, this is Disney. You know, and so I walked into their animation building and showed Andy my drawings. He called some people in, and they looked at my portfolio and says, "Fine, you know, if we need you, we'll call you." And said, "Okay, good. That's nice." And the fact they even talked to me, and so then I'm leaving Disney. I'm walking out, looking around, saying, "Gosh, you know, this is probably the last time I'll ever be here, but at least I've been on the lot and everything." So the thing was, I say it was in May, and I was at the time I was living with an aunt of mine in East Los Angeles, and I was getting ready. It was on a Friday, and because I think I'd been to Disney like it was probably a Tuesday or a Wednesday, something like that, and on a Friday I was getting ready to go to Fresno to visit my parents, and I was putting stuff in the car to get going when I heard the phone ringing inside the house, and I ran in to see what it was all about. And it was Disney saying, "Can you start on Monday?" I said, "Of course." I mean, here that they had actually, you know, hired me. That was the big. So driving to Fresno, you know, I think the car was about 6 feet up in the air all the way. I was just floating, and but again the pay was 99 cents an hour, but I didn't care because, you know, I just wanted to be there, and the thing was that it was supposed to be an apprentice, and you have 1 month to prove yourself to see if you can adapt to the way Disney works and animation, because animation could be kind of boring. You know, a lot of people, especially in the beginning stages, doing in-betweens and that kind of stuff, it could be, you know, fairly tedious, you know, doing very repetitive. And there's a lot of people that just don't want to adjust to that. You know, they feel too confined. But to me, I didn't care. You know, I just wanted to be there, and I knew once I was there, I could prove myself but so I took the job, and sure enough, I passed the 1 month test, and I was assigned to various areas there. And again, television was fairly early then, you know, and there were Disney was starting to get into the television area, and there was a Mickey Mouse Club, and there was the Wonderful World of Disney, and in those days it was on ABC, and ABC, you know, was black and white, and later on Disney changed to NBC because they were going to color, but in those days, so we were doing, like I say, there was Jiminy Cricket things, there were little shorts, there were various little segments for different shows that were on the air. And then I got to work also a little bit on Sleeping Beauty, which was going on at the time. And so I was at Disney's for about maybe about 2.5 years, and I got all the way up to assistant animator. That's one thing about animation, everything is kind of cut and dried, you know. An assistant animator works, an animator works out the action very roughly, very sketchy drawings, and just is more concerned with the movement and the timing and the action of the characters. An assistant animator will then get those sketchy drawings and make nice, clean lines, very clean, very on model, so that when, in those days when they were inked and painted, the inkers would have specific lines to follow, and the painters would have actual lines to, you know, where the paint would fill in. So the assistant animator is very crucial, because it had to be a real good artist, because the drawings have to be nice, beautiful, solid drawings. And again, The and then the in-betweener, see, the assistant makes every third or fourth drawing or fifth drawing. Then an in-betweener goes in and makes the drawings in between to smooth out the action. So there's a bit very specialized, and so you move up once you're a good in-betweener, then you can move up into be an assistant. And sometimes it takes a couple of years.